Welcome to the Heartlight Path. It's a new YouTube channel that Gloria Gray, strategies and prayers and thoughts and teachings really about how to live more consciously and more from the heart. It'll be weekly at this point, and what I wanted to share today was a card from this wonderful deck of cards called The Aboriginal Spirit by Mel Brown. And so if I pull a card that will be something that will guide us for the coming days, and it is compassion. And you can see the picture there, beautiful heart that's chained, but there's a big golden key behind it. And so compassion really is the key for unlocking the heart of relationship with ourselves, with spirit, with God, with the divine, with the beloved, with however you want, with the universe, however you'd like to identify that relationship with this creative intelligence that has birthed all of creation. So that relationship is the first and most important relationship. The second is that relationship with ourselves. And then from those two anchoring relationships, if they are based on love and heart consciousness and compassion, that then will support and be an important part of the relationship that we have with all others, including animals and the beauty of nature. So compassion, how do we unlock compassion? And that's something that for many of us, we spend lifetimes looking at the question of how to respond in a compassionate, loving way as opposed to reacting in an emotional way or in a way that perhaps is fear-based. And I know from my own that it's a very profound difference when we are responding compassionately as opposed to fearfully. There is a very wonderful training that many of us know as the Course in Miracles, and I am a student of the Course. And one of the most important aspects of those set of teachings is that when we find ourselves in a situation where something is showing up or someone is showing up in an unloving way, that if we can respond in a compassionate way, in a loving way to the upset that's presenting, then we are really practicing the Course in Miracles. And the word miracle in the title of this training, of this set of teachings really, is referring to changing one's mind. When we change our mind about the situation or change our mind about how we're showing up in the situation or how somebody else is showing up or behaving, when we change our mind from a negative experience or from that place of reacting, then we know that we are practicing in a miraculous way, in a heart-conscious way. And so one of the things that I would, between now and the next time I visit with you via the YouTube channel, is to make note of whether or not you are reacting emotionally in a negative way to a relationship as opposed to compassionately or lovingly. And even just being aware or having a look at how am I showing up in this moment? Because if you are able to respond to somebody's unloving comment or behavior by just asking how they're feeling or if everything's okay, or I'm just wondering what you're thinking because of what you've just said or what you've just done, if you can respond in that way, it can disarm the situation, the person to realize that perhaps they are upset about something that they weren't even aware of. In other words, they're on. So One of the things that we'll be exploring in these sessions that we'll have together is to look at ways in which we are unconscious and the ways in which other people are unconscious. And normally that unconscious dynamic, of course, is very unsettling, very challenging, very confronting, very upsetting. And so when you can respond in these next few days between now and when next we meet, and realize that you are considering whether or not, if you are also responding or reacting in upset to somebody else's upset, that perhaps 50% of what's going on in that dynamic belongs to you. That if you are not triggered into upset or fearful attacking behavior in reaction to what somebody has said or done, then it's not about you. It's about the person that's having the upset and behaving unlovingly. And it's a pretty profound card to start with, but compassion can be unlocked also, of course, with understanding. If we understand that someone only behaves unlovingly because of fear, they are fearful about something. And if you are that aware and that conscious, you can respond and perhaps take the dynamic in a whole new direction. We'll continue to explore these in the sessions to come. So thanks for visiting. Thanks for coming to the Heartlight Path channel. See you.